brother, how much do you trust God? It's like, what? How much do I trust God? 16-year-old self, Sec 4. Don't play so much computer games. My goodness, I was so addicted to games. Wow. One more thing I will miss.
One more thing, anything.
Wow. To be honest, I feel most alive when I'm with the people of God.
Model answer. So let's continue where we left off. Shall we, brother?
All
So
right.
let's pick a card.
Level 3, okay.
More about your faith journey. How has life changed for you since you became a seminarian?
Wow. You know, joining the seminary was a huge shift in lifestyle, I think. Because I don't have any brothers, actually. I only have 2 younger sisters. Joining the seminary is suddenly like, boom. Oops, my goodness. Suddenly so many, brothers with me. Yeah, it's something that I have slowly learned to live with because they are like, maybe different age, different dynamics, but yet at the same time, the same goal and the same heart. And to journey together, to be able to share vulnerability is something that I really appreciate. Another one though is also, I learned to love my family even more. How my family has been with me, how much they love me. It's quite contradictory, right? Like joining the seminary, being away, yet I grow even more in love with them. Yeah, I think because I grow to see how much God loves me, I end up learning to love even more. Yeah.
Have you ever underestimated yourself?
Underestimated myself. Actually, a huge struggle that I face is inadequacy. All my life, I always feel like I'm not good enough for many things. I choose not to see that I have strengths because I don't have exterior gifts. I'm not really good in art. I can't really like sing. I can't like play any instruments. So I always feel like I don't have much talents and gifts. But in this process of growth, it's also to realize that maybe God don't need me to have those gifts lah. Yeah, and maybe the gifts and strengths that I have is maybe like learning to listen well, learning to be patient. Actually, God has created me with gifts, and it's not that I don't have gifts. I'm slowly now learning to accept that I do have gifts.
What drives you to serve God and His church?
What drives me to serve God and His church? It's important to realize what drives me, but it's even more important to realize how God draws me out naturally, in my own way, in my own self. Right? He draws me out because of actually my natural tendency to love others, natural tendency to care, which a lot of people have been telling me this year, and it's a gift that I have slowly learned to accept and claim, and it's the one thing that I think always pushes me as an introvert to go out, to reach out to others as an introvert. Without this, right, you definitely won't see me outside, right? I will just be somewhere else by myself.
Pick another card.
All right.
What are some motivations that kept you going at your lowest points?
Many times actually I think back to my family, particularly my mom and my dad, when they sacrificed a lot for me. Actually, I feel like most of us, we tend to, I speak for myself, miss out the sacrifices that our parents do. The reason why I can even enter the seminary and to be able to have this freedom to go with the support of my parents is because of their sacrifice, of how much they have provided, to the point where I don't even need to worry about anything. So especially when I'm down, right, is realizing that these struggles I'm going through have a purpose. Even though I might not understand it right now, to remember that my parents also have their own struggles they go through for me. And the struggles I'm going through, maybe for God, maybe for the church, maybe for different things, but there is an objective to it. And it keeps me going and encourages me. And I hope it encourages you also in your own struggle. Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure it does. Are you listening? Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever lost faith in Jesus?
Yes, definitely. When I was in the police force, so I signed on to be a policeman, right, after my poly. My schedule was packed. I was in a relationship then, besides my full-time job, I was studying part-time degree, right, and there came a point in time where I felt like something has to give, and I was playing so much computer games, my goodness. So I chose to compromise. I gave up God, and thinking that it doesn't matter anyway because I don't know who He is. But I feel like subconsciously, prayer was so important to me that even though I stopped going to church, I still continue to pray. Somehow, especially as a policeman, when I attend to difficult cases, I will always be praying. Or before my exams, I pray so hard suddenly for the life of me. It's like this whole exam depends on this, right? So actually, when I was almost 25, I broke up with my ex-girlfriend. I also graduated from my part-time studies. Suddenly, I don't have so much priorities anymore in life. But I felt the lowest. Yeah, I felt really, really very down, very empty. And questioning a lot of what's the meaning of life. Yeah, it's at this point where my parents asked me to go for this retreat. They've been asking me to go for many years, but I will say no.
Which retreat is it?
CER, Conversion Experience Retreat.
Okay.
Yeah. So then this time I feel like, okay, let me give this a chance and to see, is he real, really, really real for me. And of course, in that retreat itself, I encountered the person of Jesus Christ that truly and deeply loves me. I started to really just brutally be honest with him and just ask him, right, Lord, why do you love me? Right? I never asked you to die for me. Why must you die for me? Each question I asked him, right, the only statement he will say is, I love you. Yeah, but why? I love you. Who asked you to love me? I love you. This conversation is going on like that until I allowed this I love you to hit me in my heart. And my goodness, I just kept crying, suddenly realizing that I am loved for who I am and not for all the things that I thought I was trying to prove, to other people, especially to myself. That God truly loves me. Yeah, and then from then on, my whole life changed.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's...
Praise the Lord.
Wow. What's your biggest fear in this current journey you are on?
The fear that I have in my heart is the type of priest that I will be in the future. I don't want to be just a priest, but I feel like it's more important to have a priest that puts his priority for God first in his life, to be a holy priest, then help people to be holy as well. To be a priest that walks the talk, to be a priest that loves and cares for the people, like a shepherd with his flock. So then my fear is that I allow distractions or my own ideals of who I think I want to be to slowly distract me away from this true image of the priesthood that God has given to me. So how do I continue to hold that image and this vision of the priesthood in my heart? And of course, prayers from people, prayers from you, to continue to help me. Pray for me.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
We'll do the last card.
Last card. Dun, dun, dun. Okay.
How do you feel about your return back to the seminary?
Actually, to be honest, I'm quite excited to go back, to continue the formation. The next year onwards, 5th to 8th year is theology. So finally being able to study deeper subjects, and to go back to meet my fellow brothers more, to continue the formation journey with them. Though I will definitely miss this parish, the time here, but I do look forward to going back.
Do you miss the camaraderie that you have with the brothers in the seminary?
Yeah, I do. Community living is not easy, right? In the seminary, we live together with the formators, the priests, and also with the fellow brothers, living together, studying together, eating together, praying together, everything together. Of course, there are frictions and stuff, like in family, but it's also very nice to have when we do check-ins, when we share problems together, when we help each other and support one another together. It's something that I treasure a lot and I really appreciate. That I hope, together, all of us, right, as seminarians, as brothers, bring to our priesthood, to continue to support one another as hopefully one day all brother priests together.
Well, brother, it's going to be so sad to see you go, but we're pretty confident you're going to come back to COTT as a priest. Before we end this, what would you say to someone who is considering the religious life or priesthood?
Firstly, I think I would say do not be afraid. If God has given you a desire in your heart, no matter what it is, try. Try small steps. Find out the information first. Sometimes I think it's very easy for us to assume things about the life when actually maybe it might not be true, and then we have so much fears and anxiety. So maybe just try and find out first, or go and try and meet either the sisters, the brothers, or even the priests. Talk to them, and then when you feel like, okay, maybe more or less, maybe God is really calling me, get a spiritual director, right? Journey with the spiritual director to find out more. Is God really calling me to this life?
Thank you so much, brother, for being here with us and sharing so much. It's been great getting to know you, and we wish you all the best as you continue your priestly formation. We'll keep you in our prayers.
Thank you so much, Ada. Thank you, everybody. God bless all of you this Christmas.
Okay, can I give you a hug?
Yes,
okay, let's go.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.